So we've got a track day tomorrow, and we have the staff guy Chili that spends a bunch of time riding this 2025 Yamaha R1, and he says, his words, not mine, he says it sounds like a sewing machine. So we hooked up with Yosh, and we've got this Alpha T 3/4 pipe that we're going to throw on there for him, just so the thing will make a little bit extra noise. It'll probably make a little bit more power too, and he'll need to get it tuned and everything, but we're going to throw this thing on before I load it back in the TrackDaz trailer. So it's a pretty straightforward deal. You know, I'm going to take a couple of bolts off, loosen some clamps, pull the pipe off, and then pull those little cables out of that thing, button it back up, and we'll be back in action. All right, so I've got the other side, and now I'm going to go and pull these lambda sensors off the pipe here. It's a 17 millimeter. Gotta love these boxo tools. And you see it's like hanging there. So now I'm just going to go do the other side. All right, so now I've got the lambdas off on both sides, and now I've got to pull these clamps. You know, it's just a 10 millimeter socket, so I'm just going to go in here and pull that thing off. And yeah, the boxo tool is nice. I guess if I grab the right size socket, that would help, right? Hey, I never said I was a mechanic. Let's try this again. Dude, these clamps are like super tight too. Just kind of want the clamp to be kind of loose. I'm just gonna make it as loose as possible. All right, so then let's see. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little plate off right here. And that'll expose these little cables that I'm gonna have to fish out later. And I'll just start disassembling the rest of the pipe and remove the whole system. Pretty straightforward. I know there's a bolt in here, like the bottom of the frame on both sides. I got to loosen up, and let's just do it. Yeah, so I guess Chili's gonna be all stoked, but I'm gonna make him take all these stock stuff home. And you can see like the cables are kind of exposed now, so I can work on getting those things removed before I start pulling the rest of the thing apart. It's just a 10 millimeter wrench. Just kind of loosen them up a little bit. All right, so that's the first one's loose. All right, so now, see, both the cables are loose, and that'll make the job much easier later on. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna go in here and loosen up this guy too, take that bolt out of there, and the whole thing should kind of, oh, I actually gotta take it, I gotta loosen this guy too behind the brake pedal. So you see that? I'm just going to remove this guy just to kind of give myself a little room in here. Those of you who are actual mechanics probably going to make fun of me for this, but we're here. So this is what we got. So there's this piece right here, and I figured I don't really have to I don't really have to pull the big one and pull the rear set off to get to it. I can just pull the main bracket for that, and the whole thing will come off. Less drama. So I don't believe the aftermarket one mounts to this. Actually, I'm pretty sure it doesn't mount to this. Whole thing should just now come off. It's now, the whole thing's kind of being held up by this dude right here. Oh yeah, see it? Do you see it drop down? It's like, whoa. And voila! One of the things that the Yosh pipe doesn't come with is the little exhaust gaskets that go in the collector pipes. So but this bike is so new, I'm just gonna get a pick, pull these guys out, and throw them in the Yoshimura one. All right, so I've got this thing on the ground. I actually used a Yoshimura exhaust spring puller to just kind of wiggle these guys out. I got them both out. Cram this one into the other one. All right, so collector pipe's ready to rock and roll. I'm going to take this gigantic monstrosity out of the picture. Man, this is replacing all of that with this and this is kind of bananas. Oh, and they come with a new spring puller too. But truthfully, I kind of like the old Yoshimura ones better. I don't know. What do you think? There's some additional hardware in there, like some exhaust springs, for instance. But yeah, let's get this thing on. All right, so that was kind of a pain in the ass, but I did put it on there, and now I just need to tighten it up. It did come with an extra nut that you put on the back side using the OEM hardware. So I'm gonna just tighten that up right now, and I'll tighten up the clamps that we left on as well, and I'll tighten up the lambdas. So let's get to it. All right. Oh, wrong one. Have to bust out that 17 again. Okay. Now I'll go to the other side, do the same thing, but I have this guy, so since I'm here, I might as well mount this guy up. Wonder if it's the same 10 millimeter. Yep. Cool. Now I'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, so I've got those buttoned up. I've got the lambdas back on, and now I've just kind of test fitted the I guess mid pipe. So now I'm just gonna double check and test fit again the Alpha T can. So let's see. Look at this bad boy. Right? Oh yeah. There's one little part. Yamaha has this OEM bracket hanger thing that mounts to the back of the rear set. And with the Yoshimura pipe, you kind of gotta use this little billet piece that they make to kind of kick it upward, and then that way it won't look so awkward. So I'm just gonna bang that out real quick. So you basically take this back piece, the back part of the little bracket here, the thicker part, you put that on the backside. You see it's kind of threaded, right? It's threaded. So you take the OEM bolt, slide it through the rear set, and put this into the backside. All right, so I got it sorted out. I basically had to run the OEM bolt through the back side of that bracket. So I just pulled the whole little triangle off, tightened it up on the back side. Now it's on there. Now I just got to snug it up and tighten it up. Use the other OEM bolt and the provided 12mm nut, lock nut. All right, so it's installed. Awesome. Like I do have this little plug right here, so I'm going to install that guy. Exhaust springs. I'll hang them up. All right. Awesome. So the exhaust springs are now installed. The whole pipe's installed. Now I got to fish out these cables, which is going to require me taking the seat off. Just take the seat off so I can take a look in here and fish out those stupid cables that we're not going to be using anymore. Wow, I guess I have to take apart the tail a little bit further because the servo motor thing that's that operates that is underneath the passenger seat, it looks like. So let's see, let's take a look in there. The trusty key. I love our Mollico tire gauge company's keychain. So yeah, this bike is totally OEM stock. Oh wow, registration in there. Look at that. Ah, okay. I'm gonna take this little plastic piece off. It's got like little Phillips head rivets in there. Okay, so that's the fourth one, and then this little piece comes off. It's got a couple of tabs that it sits there on, but yeah, so get this guy out of the way, and then I can get to that servo motor. All right, so the servo motor has like a little cover on it. So looks like a couple Phillips. I think I'm just gonna pull the whole bracket out so I can get to the whole thing. You know, because your boy ain't a mechanic. I ride these stupid things. I don't work on them. This is dumb. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. A paper clip. Wonder where that came from. Friday at 5 o'clock, I guess. All right, yeah, so take this cover. Couple of Phillips screws. The second one. Okay, this little cover. So you just kind of give a good tug, and the cable will come right out of its mount. Give it a little tug. The other cable's out. All right. Okay. First one out. Second one out. Awesome. So now I just got to put that cover back on and do a little reassembly, tighten that servo motor back down, and then I'll put that little plastic piece on, put the seat back on, and button up the rest of the bike, and then we'll fire this bad boy up, yeah? I mean, I think the thing looks 1,000 times better, right? Chili's going to be dialed for this weekend at Buttonwillow. But yeah, let's take a look at this thing and let's see. Let's have a listen. Yeah, I think this thing sounds pretty good. So I guess we'll have to get a tune on the thing. And I know there's some other parts that are coming for this thing. Chili's wanting to pimp this thing out. So, I mean, we're going to have all the attack parts on this thing eventually. And yeah, I guess Chili's going to let us take this thing for a little YouTube journey. See you at Buttonwillow.